Time now for the morning rush. Fire crews are investigating the cause of a fire scorching a 5,000 square foot mansion. Now the home is just off 2nd Street south of Rio Bravo in the South Valley. A search of the county assessor's website shows the owner of the home is still former state senator Manny Aragon. As we showed you in 2013, the property value on the home dropped down to zero. The assessor at the time told us that was because the home did not have any utilities and was uninhabitable. More details on this coming up in the 5 Facts. Well, New Mexico's Attorney General says it's likely more attorneys general will follow his lead by filing their own lawsuits against a popular video gaming app developer. Balderas filed a lawsuit against Tiny Lab Productions and a handful of other tech companies. Balderas says the apps and games designed by Tiny Labs contain illegal tracking software which could collect personal data from children under 13 without parental consent. Now, Balderas says these companies could sell the personal information they obtain, allowing kids all around the U.S. to be tracked. Connor?
Storms are not impossible today. We will see a couple of them develop south of I-40. It's going to take a little bit of time to even see some clouds. So by 6 o'clock, there is a possibility of the Sacramento Mountains popping up some showers. Otherwise, the metro and much of New Mexico will be completely dry today.
Well, all 5 Amalia compound suspects are waking up behind bars this morning. A federal judge has decided to keep them there after hours of witness testimony. Now, yesterday, an FBI agent testified several of their children talked about Siraj Wahaj wanting to create an army for jihad and carry out terrorist attacks. The investigators say Janie Liviel, a Haitian immigrant, is considered the leader of the group. A grand jury indicted all of them on firearms and conspiracy charges this week. And new this morning, Santa Fe City councilors have passed a resolution to support state legislation that would allow physician-assisted deaths. According to the Santa Fe New Mexican, councilors approved the resolution last night with 2 councilors opposing it. The council is expressing support for state lawmakers to pass the legislation that would allow doctors to help terminally ill patients end their lives by protecting the doctors from being prosecuted. Well, the state Supreme Court is blocking the option that would have allowed voters to cast a single vote for all candidates of one party. Maggie Toulouse-Oliver, the Secretary of State, says she thought she had the authority to give voters the option of straight party ticket voting. Republicans and Libertarians believe it's unfair in a state where most voters are Democrats. And the state is likely reviewing a request by UNM's Board of Regents. They're asking for more money to help fund its struggling athletic department. Now, the $1.5 million would be used for things like more full-time trainers and travel cost increases. It would not be used to bring back the 4 sports Regents previously cut. Now, the money would not come from the overall state budget. Connor?
More than 10 million people in 3 states are now under storm warnings or watches as Hurricane Florence moves towards the Carolina coast as a Category 2. The storm is expected to make landfall Friday. It could still stall, bringing feet of rain and storm surge to Carolinas and Virginia. As many as 1 million people in North Carolina have been ordered to evacuate. Closer to home, we're looking at some pretty mellow weather for today. We're not going to see anything but some clouds over the Sandias. Otherwise, just be on the lookout for some warm temperatures. This is not so mid-September weather. Some July weather is on deck for us. David?
Well, this morning, a piece of New Mexico history dating back to the early 1900s will be getting a new home. The Belle was once on the USS New Mexico until it was decommissioned in 1946. It was then housed at the top of Smith Plaza on UNM campus for decades. It now sits in a wooden box outside Zimmerman Library, where it will be unveiled this morning as part of a rededication ceremony that's taking place at 11:30. Well, this year at Balloon Fiesta Park, you're going to notice a new addition. This is all to bring shade and shelter from storms. The Kiwanis Club of Albuquerque is building a 30-foot tall shade structure. This is on the backside of Vendor Row. Now, the cost for the addition is about $100,000, but the Kiwanis Club is paying for all of it. It could offer about 17,000 square feet of shade for the beer garden, and the structure is also a refuge during storms, as each of the poles will be grounded, so lightning would be directed below the ground. Connor?
Look at our traffic. Things are good. No major accidents today. Everything is moving along just fine across I-40 and I-25, and we'll have a closer look at the Big I. Things are also on moving well today.
Well, today marks one of the most popular competitions at the State Fair. New Mexicans will battle it out over who has the best Spam recipe. Take a look on your screens. You can see some of the tasty treats from last year. In the past, chefs have created Spam tamales, quiches, and even Spam Rice Krispie treats. Now, the winner will head to the national competition. Their 3 national winners have come from the New Mexico State Fairgrounds in the past.
High pressure over New Mexico is going to make a stable atmosphere, so any storms that do develop today will be south of I-40. And if you liked the weather yesterday and today, you're going to like the weather coming up for the week ahead. It's going to be nice and sunny for us. A look at Albuquerque, 63 degrees, low humidity today, so might be wanting to drink a lot of that water. It's not very muggy outside at all. It'll be dry and warm today, up to 82 degrees for a high temperature in Santa Fe, up to 82 in Alamosa, Carlsbad, up to 90 degrees. David?
Time for the 5 facts. At number 5, a new addition will be coming to Balloon Fiesta this year. A 30-foot tall shade structure is being built on the backside of Vendor Row. The Kiwanis Club of Albuquerque is footing the cost and donating it to the city. Ultimately, it will offer about 17,000 square feet of shade for the beer garden and from storms. And at number 4, a bell that once was on the USS New Mexico is set to be unveiled at its new spot on UNM's campus in a ceremony this morning. This week, it's all part of Navy Week activities here in the Duke City. Now, the bell is one of 2 that were on the ship until it was decommissioned in 1946. Now, the bell has been on campus for years, but recently moved as part of the Smith Plaza renovation. The ceremony is this morning at 11:30.
And at number 3, we're looking at, if we can get our day planner here. There we go. We're looking at 89 degrees when it's all said and done by 5 p.m. That is above average. In the meantime, cool, calm, sunny, dry weather. It's going to be feeling like July, not so much like the middle of September for us.
At number 2 this morning, fire crews are investigating the cause of a fire scorching a 5,000 square foot mansion. Records show the mansion belongs to infamous former state senator Manny Aragon. Now, the home is off of 2nd Street south of Rio Bravo in the South Valley. As we showed you in 2013, the property value on the home mysteriously dropped down to 0. The assessor at the time told us that was because the home did not have any utilities and was uninhabitable. Aragon and others were convicted in 2009 in a scheme where they stole $4 million from the state. Aragon was released from prison 5 years ago. That brings us to number 1. New Mexico's Attorney General says it's likely more attorneys general will follow his lead by filing lawsuits against tech companies that develop gaming apps. Now, Valdez says the popular app, or the lawsuit against the popular gaming app developer, includes some other tech companies. Valdez says the apps and games designed by Tiny Labs contain illegal tracking software which could collect personal data from children under 13 without parental consent. Valdez said what concerns him even more is that these companies will could potentially sell the personal information they obtain, and this allows kids around the country to be tracked.